Ngā koutou katoa, nui te mihi rawāti kia koutou ko tai mai nei ki te wakanui te kaupapa o te rā. Ko Tariana Turia tōku ingoa, ngō wangai hua hau, ko ngā waira ki Ngāti Apa, Wanganui, Ngā Rauru, i Ngāti Tūpere tōku. I mihi atu nei kia koutou. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. It's really wonderful to be here with you all on such a special day of your year. But more importantly, a milestone moment in your life book of memories. College prize givings are traditionally the time in which we look back at our school year, at all our experiences, those in which we acquired a sweet taste of success, those in which we learned about our ability to cope with disappointment. It is also the time to reflect on your vision, that every girl prepares for a quality of life enhanced by a Catholic and Māori boarding school environment. At a school-wide level, I think we can all appreciate the way in which St Joseph's has supported students to become confident and connected learners who can participate in te ao Māori, te ao katorika and te ao Pākehā. In terms of reputation, we should be very proud that achievement at this college consistently exceeds the national rates. Your teachers, your leadership team, your tumuaki deserve our gratitude and our thanks. Students at this kura achieve significantly higher merit endorsements in NCA levels 1, 2 and 3, higher excellent endorsements in level 1 and 3 than nationally. Nearly all students are leaving the school having gained NCA levels 2 and 3. What an achievement. That is a brilliant reflection of the commitment of your teaching fraternity, the high expectations of your whānau, and the vision and sheer determination of Dame Georgina Canning. Hanui te mihi rawāti, Georgina. St Joseph's Māori Girls College is bucking national trends with its NCEA results, and you are outshining some of the top private schools in this country. Not only do you have the singing voice of angels, but the brilliance of great minds also resides within this unique school community. Today, however, I don't want to sing your praises on a scholastic front, or even the evidence of your excellence in kapahaka and chorale and cultural versatility. Today I want to talk about character. Dr. Martin Luther King once said, "Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education." It is well known that your impressive academic success has emerged within an environment underpinned by Māori and Catholic values. But there is a history and a heritage associated with your kura, which has also helped to shape the character of the students that it creates. Over 150 years ago, a little boarding school for Māori girls, St Joseph's Providence, was opened on the 10th of October 1867 with 20 pupils. The first principal was Sister Mary St John. Often we dedicate strategic planning sessions to future mapping, to look at opportunities that may present themselves and how we might best take advantage of the moments as they appear before us. I'd like to suggest that it may be more fruitful if we turn around instead and look back at the steps it took us to get to where we are today. How did the humble little learning pod, governed by Sister Mary St John, transform over 150 years to this high-achieving, nationally acclaimed kura? And that is what you are, nationally acclaimed. That's amazing. To do so, I want to look at just 3 of your alumni, and I know that there are many more, but I have chosen 3 to see if they can help us unpack what a St Joe's character looks like. The first is the inimitable Dame Quina Cooper, Order of New Zealand, Dame of the British Empire. Dame Quina, known affectionately as Te Whai or Te Motu, pioneered a new recognition of land rights and the need to settle grievances that has influenced the treaty settlement landscape forever. 40 years ago, she led a historic land walk to protest the continuing alienation of Māori land. Behind her, a rally of marchers repeated her call, not one more acre of land to be lost. The march stopped at 25 marae gathering signatures, while also attracting hundreds more to join her march. But it was not just the fact that this feisty 80-year-old queer established this legendary walk, it was the way in which she did it. Her challenge was that no one was to shout at people, their modus operandi was to sing. And so here we see all of those Waiatan choral items from St Joe's weaving their way into history. They sang Ko Ngā Waka Ine, including all the canoes. By the time the Hikoi arrived on October 13, 1975, the walkers knew all of the words to those songs, and the group of 50 had become 5,000 with 60,000 signatures, and had been gathered for the memorial of rights. That's how you make a difference. The second alumni is the international musician and songwriter, is Hinewehi Mohi. In 1999, Hinewehi found herself inadvertently thrust into the international limelight when she was asked to perform the New Zealand national anthem before the All Blacks played at Twickenham. This brave St Joe's graduate stunned the rugby clouds, and I think the country as well, and created headlines by singing the national anthem entirely in Te Reo Māori, bringing Te Reo to the attention of the world. And ever since then, the national anthem is universally sung in both Te Reo Rangatira and English, and we have Hinewehi to thank for that. 5 years after Twickenham, Hinewehi opened the Raukatauri Music Therapy Centre, named in honour of her daughter and inspired by Hine Raukatauri, the goddess of flutes, and Hinewehi's daughter, Hine Raukatauri, was born with cerebral palsy. The centre is the first of its kind in New Zealand and is a truly inspirational centre for supporting and embracing all of our tamariki mokopuna with a range of disabilities. That's character, creating initiatives, standing out in the crowd, being proud to be Māori. My third alumni is another Dane, an academic, artist, author, linguist, and Māori language program developer, Dame Tariana Te Hei Koko Mataira of Ngāti Pro. Tariana was inspired by the silent way method of language teaching developed by Caleb Katingo. I don't know how to say that name. Is it Katingo? Katingo. She adapted it for teaching Māori. With her Turia Noi collaborating, they launched the unique language revitalisation movement we know as Te Atarangi, the flagship for Te Reo Māori. I remember when Te Atarangi first came out, my husband George and I used to turn up at the marae for classes, me with my pencil and paper. And they would promptly tell me to leave my Pākehā brains at home, and it was all about wakarongo, titiro and kōrero. I don't think I've progressed that much, though. I think my Pākehā brain is a little bit lodged in here somewhere. Dame Tariana is not just legendary for the 40 years of leadership and scholarship in Te Reo Māori revival movement. She was also called Te Rarotonga to help them revive tāka making, an art form which has not been practiced for 50 years. She was a great writer herself, writing the first novel in Te Reo Māori. In 2009, she received the UNESCO Lingua Pax Award, an international honour which recognises the preservation and promotion of mother language as essential vehicles of identity and cultural expression. I could, of course, have scrolled through literally hundreds of names on the roll call of St Joseph's Small Girls College and found remarkable people, the ilk of the three wahine that I have talked about today. The point is that each of those women, each of the young women I look at today in this assembly hall, leaves St Joe's stronger, richer, more confident, more compelled to make a difference. You have found your authentic voice, the joy, the passion, the exuberance that represents what you believe in and what you care about. Your future might be bound up in the reducing the excessive plastic waste that is endangering the lives of our creatures of the sea. Your destiny might be in local government representation or national politics, taking on Māori electorates, speaking up for your constituency. Your sights might be set on eliminating violence and sexual abuse from across our families, finding ways to rise above anger and fear and to move this nation forward. You might be motivated by magic, inspired by a sense of adventure, seeking a higher truth, dedicated to supporting those who have no voice. What the story of the 3 alumni shows us is that purposes can change and priorities can move. The calling that challenges you now might be quite different to what will exercise your mind 10 years from now on. It is not about the substance or the solution. It is about the sense of character that you apply to each situation. I want to thank you all for letting me share this precious milestone moment. Thank you, Dame Georgina, for inviting me to be here today. There is nothing more uplifting than being in the company of courage. And what I see before me is exactly that. A force field of confident, competent, compassionate young women who are well and truly prepared to take up your rightful leadership role in the future all my mokopuna will inherit. I wish you well. I congratulate your whānau for the example, the support and the perseverance they have demonstrated in supporting your study here. And I thank the wider teaching and pastoral community of St Joseph's who have played such an exceptional role in your journey. When I look at your glowing faces, I am filled with hope. Hope for a brighter future, hope for stronger leadership, hope in creativity and innovation, and I am confident you will bring to tomorrow. Keep singing, keep saying your karakia, keep connected, and always remember the learning and the legacy that you are now part of forever. Nā rei te kānui te mea te wātu kia koutou, kia kaha, kia mai,